Okay, we are almost done, I swear. Just a couple more things to go over. The first thing we'll go into is to do 3D views. There's two ways to do it. One, under this little house, you can click down and you can click camera. The same under view, to click down, you can click camera. So we have two views on our front cover page. One is from over here, so just click where you want to place your camera and then where you want to aim it, and then click again. And then you can take your scope boxes, move them so that they're similar. There you go. And you can manually change these. So if you want to turn on the shadows, you can click right there and turn them on. If you wanted to mess with the graphics with the background, if you just had the Revit file that they kind of give you for purchasing Revit, it's kind of an ugly background. But how to change that is you can click here, background, to gradient, and normally it gives you those colors right there, which aren't the best. So in our template and in here, what you can do, since you just made that view, is you can right click, apply view template, click 3D view, and then boom, gives you a nice gradient that you can work with. If you want to mess with your own gradient, you can click here, click on the colors, edit them, and make them different. So after that, you can kind of turn off the box right there, and you can make one for the other side, and all you have to do is kind of make it close. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to make some area plans. So that's under architecture, area plans. It's going to ask you what level you want to make them for. And we want to make them for main, top of subfloor. Since I already made this file, it kind of already does it for you. It will ask you if you want to create the lines for you. You're going to say no. You want to create your own lines. So let's see. I got to go back to my main page. So we're going to have this on medium. We're going to do the cropping, and it is at an 1/8, but this cropping is a little bit too big. So we're going to bring it in, like so. There you go. Let's bring it in closer so we don't. This guy won't go away. You can click on him, hide in view, category. Make sure they're all away. Oops. Then you can turn your cropping off. If you don't have these lines in there, which you won't, so now it says the property isn't closed. There's your area boundary right there, and it's going to work just like you've been doing everything. So you just draw them around the framing. In the area plan, you could see that it asks for building or gross for rentable. So if you're doing rentable, you can do the inside boundary. If you're doing it for a permit, you normally do the outside boundary. Some jurisdictions allow you to do the middle of the wall, which can actually give you a lot of square footage if you're trying to beef it up. So then after that, you put in your area, and one's already in, so I can actually delete that tag. Let me know. Or I could have just tagged that area. But put in the area, and you can call it house, building, whatever. But then to make sure everyone knows kind of what we're doing, what I like to do is I like to put a filled region over there, and I just do a light gray transparent filled region, and then use my tools, outline the whole thing so that it looks like this. So after we do that, you can do these boundaries for garages, for different levels, all that other stuff. And once you do that, you're probably going to want to know, if you have multiple, you're probably going to want to have a schedule. So under view, under schedules, you can do schedules and quantities, and you can do an area. So this is where you can do gross or rentable. We'll just do gross building. hit OK, and then you want to add in, just like I have in the PDF, name, area. You can add perimeter, yes or no. Sometimes it's not useful, sometimes it is. I'm going to leave it out just for this demonstration. And here it is. Why it's not showing? Let me look at my schedules. Maybe it's because I did rentable. Let's try it again. If all else fails, try and try again. I thought I did gross. Well, that's gross. Rentable. Let's try it this way. And I can simply move this up if I want to. There we go. There we go. I had to do the other one. That's fine, that happens. This is from the old one. I can simply delete that row. And then, there you go. If you guys ever, this happens to students, so if this ever happens, sometimes you can get overzealous and double click on something. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up the family side. And people are like, oh, where did my building go? Blah, blah, blah. It's not a big deal. Your house and your building is still there. It probably already happened to some of you. Simply click out of that family. You don't need to save that, and you'll go back. So that's how you create an area schedule, and it's right there under your schedules. Right there, click that little plus. Which ones? There's a couple we don't need. This one we don't need. Right click, delete. Right click, delete. There we go. So let's go back. Now let's make some other schedules. So let's make our drawing list schedule. Annotate. No, it's under view, schedule, sheet list. And basically what I have is I have the sheet number and the sheet name, and that is it. With whatever sheets you have, it will populate that for you, and you'll be good to go. Let's make another one. Let's make window. So schedule, let's go down to Windows, hit OK. Okay, so there's a couple ways. We have two different ones on here, right? We have an overall window schedule, and then you'll see on the second page we have a window schedule for that level. So we'll just do the overall one, and then I will tell you how to make it just for a level. So overall window schedule, we're going to want to have the type mark, the width, let's click on that one, the height, and the count. See how many we have. Perfect. Okay, so next we have a filter, right? So in this filter, if we wanted to do, let's say we had multiple levels, we could add a levels tab, which we're going to do right now. And guys, just kind of watch this one, and then make it later, because you'll have to make a couple of them. And you could filter by level. You could say this one has to equal anything that's on the main top of subfloor. You could make another one, another schedule that says it's on the second level or the third level. Next, you can kind of sort them. So you could sort them by the type or the type mark. And then right here, guys, you have itemize every instance, or you can just do grand total. So let's kind of look at what these things do. Here's my window. So do you see how its count is for 1? If I go to my sorting, and I don't click itemize every instant, what it's going to do is it's going to put them all so that there's 4 of these. So instead of listing out all 4, it just did a count right there. If I wanted to organize these, filter these by, not filter, let's sort them by type mark. Then it would hopefully go A, B, C. If I don't want this level shown, I can right click, hide this column, and then you have your window schedule. So if you want to make a new window schedule, you can do the same thing as in view schedules. You can do the same thing for doors, or under schedules, you can right click, duplicate view, duplicate it. You could then rename it to, instead of overall window schedule, let's go to my second page here. First level window schedule. So make 2 window schedules, 1 for each, and that's just getting you in the habit of, you know, making ones for overall so everyone knows, and then on each page you would want to put on, you know, hey, this is the ones just for the first level, and then this is the ones just for the second level. What kind of other schedules do you have? There's also another one, is cut fill. I might go into that in another video. If you sign up to our list, I kind of shoot out whenever I make videos, stuff like that. If you ever purchase anything from us, any updates, I send out to the whole list, just so you guys can have. The last thing, the 2 last things. So now that we've created everything, what we need to do is put them on sheets. And this is literally the simplest and funnest thing I do at my job. It's absolutely awesome. I don't know why I get so excited about this, but I do. So I have my sheets. I know how they're going to be. And I simply find whatever I need. 3D view 1, where are you? Drag and drop. Where's my site plan? Drag and drop. It is so fun to do this because it means you're done. Where are my schedules? Here's my sheet list. Drag and drop. And sometimes, even if this is a good lesson, you can zoom in and you can use these little tools, these little triangles, to manipulate, you know, the sizes. Even, let's say I'm only like 50% done. What I'll do, it's a little trick to myself, is I'll drag and drop and lay out all of my sheets. And then I'll start at this sheet and I'll go sheet by sheet, and I'll what you can do is, obviously, you know, you can edit your views, you know, in your views up here on the project browser. But normally this is maybe when I'm 75% done. You can click on the views that are on your sheets. You can right click, you can activate views, and then from here you can manipulate it. So I could, let's say I wanted to draw something or put annotate, let's say I wanted to put my slopes on there, even though I don't need them on there, I could do that. And it kind of signifies that I'm wrapping things up. What I did was I right clicked and I deactivated view once I was done. You want to make sure you do that. You want to make sure you close out the view, or else it will kind of print weird. So go ahead and lay out absolutely everything and put them on all your sheets. And then what we can do is that we can do File, Export. File, Print. If you want to export, you can export CAD, shoot it over to anyone that's working in CAD. But you can file print, and now we get to print it to PDF. If you have a plotter, you can print it to a plotter or whatever. But here in Revit, basically the first thing you want to do is you want to select the views and sheets that you want to print. Now Revit automatically goes to create separate files once you do this, and sometimes a lot of people forget you have to combine those multiple files into one view. I don't know why it automatically does this. Revit, if you are listening, please make it so that when you select views and sheets, it doesn't do create separate files. You keep it on combined. You go into here, and this has all of your views and your sheets. If you know that you don't want to print any views, you can unclick that. You can click, on or off on all of your sheets. You can save this as, like if you have a DD set, a CD set, anything like that, so that it only prints those, so that it saves it, so every time you can just kind of go and click in there. Hit OK, and then on your setups, on here this is setup. We have pre-setups for you. I don't think Revit does. In our lift template, kind of firm in the box, you got it too. 24 by 36, standard architecture. We also have 30 by 42, but these sheets are 24 by 36. You hit OK. You hit OK again. I'm not going to do that because it would think for a while, and basically make a PDF for you, and you are set. You are done. You have essentially completed a CD set of a cabin that could go through permitting in a bunch of different places. Depending on the city, honestly, depending on the city and how busy they are and how unbusy they are, seriously, during the recession, plans went through a lot smoother than they did when they're coming back. Cities are backed up and they are nitpicking everything right now. When people aren't building, I think they have a sense that anything that comes through the door the city wants built, so they just kind of let plans go through. Some municipalities will be easier than others, but this set could get through different counties in America, a bunch of them, as is right now. So congratulations on making that set. It was a huge accomplishment. Now what you need to do is start making your own designs. And I'll kind of show you how to do that. So let's get out of here. One last thing, guys. What you should do, what you should know, is that this title block is kind of like a family. And in here, you can put, you can edit this author, so you can put your name, which is probably not Alex. Checker, someone else who's checking it. Project date, project number. Same thing here. You can change the project name. You can change all that. Under Manage, you can change that project information to, so from Escape House to the cabin, and it will show up here. But my main point is, we get people applying to our firms, and I'm sure a lot of people get applying to their firms who might be watching this, and it always comes in with the standard architectural set from whatever you get from Revit. It doesn't look professional, and it only takes a second to look a lot more professional. And what you have to do, click Edit Family, go to the internet, type in title blocks, go to images, find some things that you like. Find a layout that you like this one's not bad. You could even type in Revit. Title blocks. This is the one. That's from our page, showing you this is what everyone kind of comes in. And if you click on this little link, it'll talk about this. It'll give you some links to some other guys. Neil did a little blog on that. He has some cool title blocks. There's some examples. And change this up. Start to edit this. Start to delete it. Google how to edit and make these things tags and stuff like that and make it look different. It is a hugely simple thing to do that makes you look way more professional. So please, please, please do that. So other than that, and then after you're done, click Load into Project. and it'll ask you to overwrite it if you've changed it. It's not going to ask me to do anything because I didn't do anything to it. And then you can click on here, and you'll see your new one show up on this side. And you'll change it to that one, and you will be good to go. So now comes the fun part, if that wasn't fun already. Now it's time to start your project. So this template is geared just for making this cabin. You need to start out on your own. You can definitely start with the one that Revit gives you, but through our experience, it's holding people back. If you've ever seen an example of some kids did, some drawings of, whatever kids did, monsters, things like that, and then some professional artists did their same drawings, but as you know, they're professional artists, so it looked way cooler. They had depth, they had perspective, they had lighting, shadow, all that other stuff. So I don't believe that students should have these amateur tools. I believe they should start out with the professional tools. When you go into a firm, they have templates, they have examples, they have everything set up for you. So if you are so inclined, go to Revit Furniture, and there's a couple things that we have for you. The first thing that we have is families, right? So think about if you're making, you're a kid and you're making a Lego set. The stuff that you get just from school is basic, right? If you only had, 10 pieces of Legos and, a couple variations, you couldn't make much. So what we give you here is all of these families. So, and they're lightweight, they're flexible. There's a way that when you put them in, they're all drawn with symbolic lines over them. This is some speak that might be over the heads of some people, but that means that it's not the whole model like in the plan view. So if you're doing a lot, it makes your plans run smoother, and it doesn't bog down your computers. They're flexible, and then the best benefit is that after you put them in, they're very useful for space planning and just putting things in there. We've test rendered every single one of these and made it so that they look good. So what you can get is you can buy these different packs, and you'll see them laid out at what you get there. And when you're doing renderings, the devil's in the details. And if you put the details in there, it's really going to make it pop. Your basics of foreground, background, texture, all of that really makes you stand out. And you know what? Standing out from the beginning, it grows exponentially as you get older and better, because if you stand out from the beginning, you're going to get more opportunities. If you stand out for your clients, you're going to keep moving up and getting more opportunities. And the more opportunities you get, it builds on each other. So it's not just linear, it's exponential. So you can take a look at this page and just get your family, get your, Lego blocks in order, stuff like that. I think if you buy the, biggest one, it's under $1 a model. So it's not too bad. If you go to the other places, some people charge $5, $10 a model, stuff like that. But I think the biggest thing is kind of the firm in the box, the lift template. It's literally giving you a lift up. And what it involves is, let's just show it. Let's just show it right now. Here we go. So here's a template view, right? And as you saw in the one that you got, it had a couple of floor plans set for you, but these have all of the floor plans set for you, and they have a demo stage for if you're doing a demolition, existing, presentation, and they have everything set up for you for the phasings and the filters and all that stuff. So it comes in automatically like that. It has your ceiling plans, it has your views set up, it has elevations set up, it has all your schedules. So these schedules that you made, doors, basements, ceilings, they're already set up. Electrical fixture counts, floor material counts, even way more than we did in the example. Lighting fixtures, all of that. Wall material takeoffs, that's contractors love that. That's just great. And then it has all your sheets for a real CD set. Okay, your cover, your lower floor plan, all that stuff. And what's great about this naming system is if you ever need to add another sheet, a new sheet, you can name it A1.1 lower floor plan. Let's say you needed, a call out or something like that. So that's already set up for you to go. That was a little box showing that. Then in the architecture, it has all of your walls that you're going to need, or most of them. Obviously, there's going to be customization. Obviously, you're going to build off of it. But if you had to build all these yourself, it would just be so much of a hassle and get you bogged down, and you wouldn't be able to produce the professionalism that I think you're capable of. And if you're given the tools, I know you're capable of it. When we teach at CU, I mean, our kids are absolutely stellar. They're stellar no matter just because they're good kids, but because of this, they're able to produce not only great designs, but then a CD set at the end. And obviously, they're students, so not everything's correct, but that's what older professionals are for, that know how to build. They redline those sets, and if the kids know how to do it and at least get a grasp of it, it's absolutely great. So there's that. There's that for the doors. You had a couple doors. There's just a bunch of different doors in here, a bunch of different sizes. If you had to make all these, yourselves, just think about all that time that you're wasting, that you don't need to be wasting. Windows, same thing. Why make a whole bunch of different windows when we have single hung, fixed? Holy cow, there's a lot of fixed. Casement, awnings, all of that for you. So you have all the tools for you, but that's not it. Because you need more than that. You need more than just the furniture, and you need more than the tools, and you need more than the schedules and all your sheets set up. What you need, and think about when you have Legos, you'd make kind of whatever you bought, or else you just had the box. But you need examples. You need something to look at. So we give you 3 sets of houses: a builder set, a duplex set, and then a regular house, so you can see the difference, that have gone through permitting and are getting built. This one is done. We need to get professional pictures of that. That one's done. We need to get professional pictures of that. And that one's almost done. This guy's building it himself. And what was great about this is that this guy actually said, because we do some common practices where we build our building in 2-foot increments, and he said the waste was surprisingly low. He couldn't believe how much waste he didn't have, and that's just by smart design. But what those give you is, think about if you're making, your, a cabin or something like that, or a duplex. And obviously, no one can teach you absolutely everything. But think about the ability to go into one of these sets and not only just get a PDF set, which, you can buy on houseplans.com. You can buy PDF sets of houses for like $1,200. So we give you that, but to be able to go into the Revit set itself, and to go into its views, to go into its sheets. Let's say you want to look at a building section. You want to see how we drew that. And you can see how you drew it, but you can activate it. Go into here and see the actual things that we used. You can take them and grab them right out of the model, put them in your model. You can see the wall sections, the difference between what you need to put in a duplex wall section, what you need to put in a builder section, a builder set section, what you needed to put in a residential section. So I urge you to kind of let yourself live life and not struggle for the next half a year trying to learn this stuff, and kind of give yourself a leg up. Even in school, one of the best advice I ever got, and it was simple. It was very simple. We were buying the standard drawings book, and it was something like $80, something like that, and it was the student version. And then one of my friends said, the professional version is only $10 or $20 more, and the student version is just that, and they just took out 100 pages. So, start being a professional from the beginning, and start using those tools from the beginning, because there's no need for you to not have those tools, besides the fact that no one's giving to you, because it's just not worth it for them, for a firm to make them available to you. And they don't want to, because they don't want competition. They think whatever they are doing is proprietary and it's good and it's best. Obviously, we think what we do is amazing. We've had great feedback from contractors. Some contractors have even told other people, I won't make, especially for this assisted living work that we do, I won't work for you unless you hire this firm, which is our firm, F9 Productions, to do it, because we do clear drawing, stuff like that. But we don't think we're so special or high and mighty that it's something that we can't show anyone else, because it's just fundamentals. It's just digging it on the fundamentals. So hopefully this helped you. Have fun on your own design. feel free to email me, anything like that, and have a great day. Talk to you guys later. And actually, one more thing, because it is important. So I'm going to show you how, let's say you're on the lift template. If you wanted to purchase this, it's as simple as going down. There's kind of 3 levels, right? This first level, which I recommend, is gives you all the families, plus the lift template itself, plus all the construction sets. The difference with this one is that you don't get all of the families. Now, the reason I suggest giving the families is because you're going to search on the internet for the families, and you're going to find a bunch, but you're literally going to waste hours trying to make them flex, trying to add materials to them, all that other stuff. So you might as well save yourself some time and do it that way. The third version is the student template. If you're a student, it won't work unless you have a student ID, so you have to use your student ID to purchase it. You simply hit subscribe, and you can pay with a credit card or through PayPal or anything like that. Once you do, you are going to get a bunch of files. So you're going to get the builder set that has the builders thing in there. You're going to get the families. You weren't supposed to see that other one. You're going to get some more free ones. What's great about these families is that in Revit, it doesn't, your window browser doesn't view it. So we put in a rendered view. So you can literally just click on the rendered view and see which one you want, and then click on the corresponding file. Once you get it, so this is a template. And this is important because the way you load a template is different. Because this template, you can sit and you can, after you do a project, you can add your own things to that template and then use it for the next file. So instead of just doing file open or drag and drop, you have to, Revit's set up this way. You have to file new project, and then you browse for that template wherever you put it, and then it's on my desktop. It's on work right there. You'd browse for it, you'd open it. I'm not going to do it. And then right away, click File, Save As, Project. If you don't open it and then save it, whatever your project name is, if you don't open it, File New, it will only let you save it as a template. It will only let you save it. If you happen to open it wrong, make sure you save it something as a template, something else, and then close it out and hit File New, open File New Project, open that template, and then File Save As, save it as a project. That's it. Now I'm out. I promise that I'm out. See you guys around. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.